Greetings, I am Ashwini Hegde, currently pursuing my engineering from Siddhganga Institute of Technology. Today I am going to share a few words about India's Nivedita. Is India a nation? Is India one nation? Was there an India before British rule created one? These were some of the questions that were the subject of much debate in late 19th and early 20th century in India. Around the same time, Sister Nivedita had met Swami Vivekananda in London, and the following year she accepted Vedanta as her idol and Vivekananda as her spiritual master. Soon she decided to take up the cause of serving India and arrived in Calcutta in January 1898. And by this time, the rule of British Raj was well consolidated in India. The Imperial British government had made deep inroads into Indian society. The English education system that was introduced in the country was largely replacing the traditional system in India. The time when Sister Nivedita had arrived to Calcutta, the then capital, was the hotbed of politics and the rising tide of nationalism. And then she deeply involves into the Indian national movement. She was in good terms with Indian National Congress leaders, cutting off the political barriers or the political differences. But she was completely against the split in the Congress, as she believed that unity was the need of the hour. During this time, Nivedita exhorted Indians to develop a sense of civic development. Civic development is the idea that the nation was higher than the family, and she did this through her writings and speeches. She was an incredible writer. Teaching was very close to Nivedita's heart, and she broke new ground in this respect before she set the sail. Following Vivekananda, Nivedita understood that hope for India lay in the education and empowerment of women. She also opened the school for girls in November 1898. She went door to door to ask the parents to send their kids to the school so that girls would get a better education. According to Nivedita, an active involvement in the cause of nation is a vital for women's own regeneration. Regeneration to work, to suffer and to love in the highest spheres, to transcend limits, to be sensitive to the greater causes and to stand transfigured by the nation rightnesses. This is the true emancipation of women, and this is the key to her efficient education. This is what Nivedita had believed. Sister Nivedita's love for India was immense. In one of her letters to MacLeods, she had wrote, British Empire is rotten to the roots. They are without direction, and it's tyrannical and mean. She also guided and mentored Neo-India's art movement of that time. Nivedita had spent 13 years in India till her death. She has contributed immense towards the girls' education and also towards Indian nationalism. Her bravery and her courage is what all the women in our country have to take up to stand or to fight in the society for the rights, to get their rights out of constitution into execution, to stand up, to raise their voice against the noble causes. The lesson that India has to offer in histories and prehistories of nationalism is perhaps that one should learn to look at the phenomenon beyond its ideological dimension and not conceive it exclusively in terms of political. Thank you.